We call it habit, scrolling, snacking, binging, smoking. We say, it's just something I do when I'm bored. But boredom is often grief in disguise. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, believes something far more piercing. Addiction is not a bad habit. It is a spiritual sickness, a soul's cry for wholeness, wearing the mask of compulsion. He wrote, all neurosis is always a substitute for legitimate suffering. What we call addiction is our refusal to sit with pain, to sit with the silence inside ourselves. We avoid the ache with a fix, a quick hit of pleasure, a shot of distraction. But beneath it all is the same wound. We feel disconnected from ourselves, from meaning, from God. Jung introduced the concept of the shadow, the dark, unacknowledged parts of ourselves, the shame we don't speak of, the fears we ignore, the traumas we've buried. But the shadow doesn't stay hidden. It doesn't just vanish. It festers, and it finds expression, not in words, but in behavior, in patterns, in loops. That's the quiet horror of addiction. It's not about the substance. It's about the hole we try to fill. A hole shaped like purpose, like peace, like God. Jung believed that modern man suffers from a lack of meaning, not a lack of pleasure. We're overfed, but undernourished, surrounded by stimulation, but starved of depth. And the soul, it doesn't die. It just grows silent. And when the soul is silent, we seek noise, constantly. Addiction becomes a ritual of avoidance, a prayer to something false, a false god of relief. But relief is not the same as healing, and pleasure is not the same as peace. One of Jung's most powerful moments came when he was treating a patient with alcoholism. After years of failure, Jung finally told him, "You are a hopeless case, unless you undergo a spiritual transformation." That conversation would go on to inspire the founding of Alcoholics Anonymous, not through psychology, but through spirituality. Because even Jung, a man of science, understood that some wounds are not of the mind, they are of the soul. And you don't heal the soul with logic. You heal it with truth, with stillness, with surrender. So what does this mean for us? The modern addict? The scroller? The shopper? The one who can't be alone without grabbing their phone or reaching for distraction? It means that the real question is not, how do I break this habit? But rather, what am I truly running from? What truth am I unwilling to face? What pain have I never allowed myself to grieve? The answer is not in another productivity system, not in a better morning routine, not in quitting caffeine or deleting Instagram. It is an integration of the parts of us we left behind, the inner child we abandoned, the spiritual hunger we ignored, the God we only remember when we're in pain. Addiction is not a flaw, it is a compass. It points to what's missing. It exposes the gaps in our soul's architecture, and it invites us, painfully, urgently, to rebuild. Because the opposite of addiction isn't sobriety, it's connection. Connection to ourselves, to our purpose, to our Creator. When Jung said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens," he wasn't just offering a quote, he was giving us the map. The way out isn't out there, it's inward. It's in the silence we've been avoiding. It's in the pain we've numbed. And it's in the God we've forgotten. This isn't just about healing from addiction. It's about returning to the soul,